You're at the point where you should be putting on all the stuff that Dr. Verpoor gave the party.
Oh.
So this one is
like you're
this one is Raven
military.
just going, no, I'm not doing that. That's stupid.
She just kind of marches and just tries to ignore the authorities as she just continues on. Again, completely unaware that there was a plan or anything like that.
Again, you're not at the authorities. You're just close enough that you should it's basically putting on your costume before you're close enough that they can see you.
Ah, gotcha. Then yes, she just straight up doesn't put her costume on and just keeps on walking, ignoring anything anybody's saying to her.
Anybody with a passive perception above 1 can see that one of your party members is about to walk into a bunch of authorities that do not take kindly to visitors.
Miss Raven.
Raven, you're going to get shot.
Repeatedly.
Multiple times.
Again.
The silences.
Oh boy.
She will stop and turn around and glare.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
You okay there, Galarian?
It's just that I went to roll persuasion to get Raven to stop. I really don't want to sound like a liar, but this actually happened.
Another natural 20?
Yes! I rolled 2 in a row. Once for the deception, for the disguise, and then again for the persuasion. I sound like a freaking liar because
hey, sometimes you get lucky. That's all there is to it. I remember one time I rolled a nat 20, then a nat 1, then a nat 20, then a nat 1.
Ignore this.
He's going to get Sarah to stop. I'm like, Miss Raven, please.
She turns around. What?
Listen, I know you just want to keep going without even considering the consequences.
Consequences you're talking about?
Oh, nothing.
If you go any further, it will not end well for you.
Why?
And he's going to explain, and Mithos is going to explain
die?
The gate guards and how they will kill you how they will kill her on sight. Like, doesn't matter if like someone's already there. They will find a way to kill a ghost.
As she says that, she eventually turns towards Vex. Well, I'm sorry, I didn't know. No one told me this.
We're telling you now, aren't we?
The sass. I love it.
Don't you get sassy with me, young lady.
Well, now you know.
Oh, Raven's grounded now.
Raven then turns. Okay, so what are we gonna do about it?
Simple. Wear this. Allow me to place it on you so that they can see. They'll only answer to people who wear this.
Also,
and he presents the badge.
The flag that was given to the party to represent the tech flag was draped over you as a box.
Okay, cool. I'm a spooky ghost now.
So basically, you're riding on your box. And...
I am the box ghost.
Oh no.
Raven will begrudgingly allow Mythos to place it on her. Stupid 20.
Stupid 20. You can have a brownie point for that one because that was funny. -8. Hell yeah.
I think that puts me like -5, but I don't remember exactly.
Well, so we get -8 now. I'm sure I gave you a bunch at some point.
For sure.
Negatives.
No, -8 sounds correct to me.
and while he's putting the badge on her, he's going to say, "Listen, I know you do not like us, but please, we have to work together. Just charging in without any sort of plan will only end badly for you. We are trying to protect you."
Yeah, well, not to burst your bubble, buddy, but I hate everybody, not just you exclusively.
Ethereal.
Yes.
While this is going on, I don't think I ever got your deception roll. Unless you
No.
said it and
I said it was a 3.
Oh, okay. And Dirk, what was your... Wait, no, you don't need one. Yep, box. Never mind.
Yep.
Oh, boy, a 3 or 1. Anyway,
so,
with your new information...
Is there some way I could help Ethereal?
I was just about to ask, can I re-roll that? No,
yeah, you get to re-roll that since you now know. If
And
it's
she's-
another not one, I'm going. Oh, okay.
Now we're
Okay.
good now.
Yeah.
I mean,
Now that-
yay, that's good for you.
Now that Raven understands the gravity situation, she's like, "Oh, I don't actually want to die." So...
Try to do this, yeah.
And
So,
now,
Ethereal,
Yes.
you kind of put it on, but forget to take off the other two that you're wearing. So right now you have 3 faction emblems on.
I'm a collector. Okay. Why do I have 3?
You just absentmindedly slip it over your arm
Wait.
and put on the proper jacket thing.
What's the third one? I know I have Plant Tech Peace.
You
and
have
this one.
Union, which means you have Plant Tech Union, which also means you have the plant because they do both of them at the same time.
Ah, okay.
I'm just wondering if I can somehow leverage my either investigation or perception into pointing out that, hey, Ethereal.
I'll let you
need
roll
to
a
do-
perception once you notice that Ethereal goofed.
Okay.
There we go. That should do it.
So hang on, perception.
Perception.
I'm pretty sure you gotta be
Cool.
something like a 3.
That's what I'm really good with. 25 total.
You very much noticed that Ethereal done goofed pretty hard.
So what I'd really like to do though is I'd like to try and leverage that into helping Ethereal.
You can point it
ungoofed.
out.
Yeah, point it out and maybe like help.
If you
Until
point
it's
it
somewhere I
out, I'll
can't
let
obviously
Ethereal
see.
roll again.
I'm
once
pointing
she
it out. Ethereal, you gotta.
Yeah.
That's not gonna work.
What's not gonna work?
You look down at your armor, Ethereal,
You're-
and see that you left the other 2 on and are still wearing the plant piece clothing.
It's not really a disguise.
Ah. I see. I'm just gonna go fix this right quick.
That would be
And
wise.
roll another deception.
That is a 19.
Ah, there we go.
I changed dice.
The right
Kind
call.
of funny. It's like my character helps OCs. OC gets a 19 after getting help. You help Quinn's character. Quinn's character gets a 19 after receiving help.
19 squad.
Okay. After that shenanigans, you've all passively, or you've all got your disguise, quote unquote, on, and you approach close enough that one of the guards points a gun at you and says, "Halt! What business have you here? Shell faction?" Shell,
Mythos
by
is going
shell
to,
faction,
Mythos
he
is going to
means
present his emblem. Says, we have business outside the walls.
he is taking a close look at each and every one of you because he's dubious as to what a teenage girl, a pony.
She's older than she.
She's
She's
a
older than
mark.
she looks.
What's the
And,
matter? You never seen a group of adventurers before?
Oh well,
Not actually said.
he's pretty dumb. He doesn't notice anything out of line. He's
This
like,
is fine.
this is fine. He gives the hand motions to let them through the gate, and he actually gives you a smile and says, "Be careful out there. The magic storms have been pretty rough lately."
Awesome. Ethereal smiles.
All of you are brought into a room where there is a big rolling vault type door in front of you, and they shut you guys in, and they ask if you're ready.
Absolutely not. Let's go.
Very professional.
Raven will just
So
nod
That's
slightly.
after
Inner monologue is for.
after you guys give the thumbs up, hoof off, whatever it is that you do. Yes, it is a vault. Okay, shush. Anyway, after you guys give the thumbs up, a button is pushed, loud steaming engines roar up, and the wheel starts turning. The door slowly opens.
And we hear the voice of Ron Perlman. War never changes.
Immediately, all of you are blasted by a lot more light than what was inside the megacity walls.
Gunfire.
Everybody who lives in the megacity assumed that the sky out there is the natural sky. Upon seeing this amount of light and a brief glimpse of the sky, it's all artificial.
I haven't seen this in so long.
The door
Mythos is pretty
slides open.
speechless.
The door slides open fully, and all of you feel real wind. You feel real sunlight. It makes everything inside the mega city feel fake.
Are there any guards in this room, or is it just us?
No, the guards will not ever step outside of into this room
Okay.
while the gate opens.
Then, upon being exposed to these elements, Raven will let out a scream. This is all very overwhelming.
Speaking of overwhelming, anybody who is magically inclined needs to roll a will save.
Will save?
Will save.
Will save. Wisdom save.
Wis-
Yes, wisdom save.
Oh no! Even still, a wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
Brox, do I roll 1 or 2?
You were one.
Okay. Which one
Well,
should
come on,
I?
Annabelle. Well, come on, Annabelle's fake, right?
Pick what you want.
Given the secret message you gave me, I'm not sure which, but I'm gonna default to player mode, and I'm gonna go with the higher value.
Alright.
There you go.
I got.
Ethereal, you having braced for this, get advantage.
Okay, please, net 20. Oh, that's not a net 20.
You get
Uh,
another chance.
I need to know exact scores here. Very important.
I got a 25.
Wait, am I the only person in the party not magically inclined now?
Yes.
Interesting. I didn't actually think that would ever be useful to me.
You are just a box.
Ethereal, you having experienced this outside before, you were ready for the sheer amount of magical power in the air. You were practically assaulted by it, but you were able to keep your magic in check. The rest of you, 2 of your magic spells go off right then and there without your control, as you are assaulted by magical power.
Or we're gonna get fireballed again.
OC, which form are you're in Raven right now, right?
Yeah, sure am.
Yep.
I need your spell list real quick.
Do you want me to just type it out, or do you want me
Can you just give me the first few spells on it?
Okay. My second level spells: Fireball, Meteors. Sorry, third level spells. Second level spells: Shadow Blade, Misty Step, Agnar, Scorcher. First level: Ice Knife,
Okay.
Thunder Wave, Arms
I
of
got
Radar, and then some cantrips. Lots of cantrips.
Your Misty Step goes active, and you are suddenly not where you were standing.
I assume this consumes the
Without
spell?
your control. That consumes it, yes.
Oh. Okay, then. So, yes, Raven will be freaking out, and then randomly teleporting, I guess, as a result.
And then
You
freaking out
have
more.
teleported further outside of. You have actually made it outside of the gate itself. Right now, you're all in the gate.
Well, then she will stare up at the sky and with her arms wide out, and she's at this point. She was like trying to keep her freak out under control, but now she's like actively freaking out completely, like full panic mode.
Mythos, amusingly enough, I rolled the exact same number your Misty Step goes on. You are right next to where Raven ended up.
And being completely unprepared for that, he's also having a bit of a freak out.
We can be panic buddies.
And OC, I need another wisdom save from.
So you see me just like, what is this?
Can I cheese the system again?
Yes, use your higher value, because you're gonna need it. Didn't work. All the shock of what happened, the elements, and then your magic kind of imploding on itself. You yourself kind of implode in magic, and everybody is blinded for a little bit. And when they look again, both Raven and Annabelle are standing there. Both not looking fully corporeal. They look kind of... they look both like they should not both be there at the same time, so they're kind of ghostly.
This is fine.
Yeah, this is about normal for the outside world.
The
Mythos is going to
Sure.
take a look, and you see him like visibly like bounce back a bit.
two of them look at each other, thoroughly confused.
Vex is just gonna go, damn it all, and then run out after them.
Ethereal will just trot. There we go. Trot over.
I have to run.
The two of them
Miss Annabelle, Miss Raven.
are looking at each other, and they're very confused, and they're sort of both jabbering at each other, like, what's going on? I don't know. What happened? Where are we?
Oh boy.
Just a mask indeed.
They both turn and look, and Annabelle, for her part, looks very worried, very confused, and she not really knows where she is at the moment. And Raven just looks, well, no, she's still panicking, so she would love to shoot you daggers, but
But she'd get disadvantage on them.
yeah, Annabelle's trying her best to collect her thoughts and try to make sense of the situation, and poor Raven is just freaking out completely.
This is welcome to the outside. It's a bit rough, to put it mildly.
Dude, you don't know what they're experiencing, but even not magically inclined, you can feel the thick, heavy essence in the air.
Probably a little magical, just not like actively magical.
As a creature, you can tell that this is huge, heavy, and this is something you haven't felt for
Hey,
a long time.
Brox, how does this affect my mechanical servant and my crafted companions?
Your save was good enough to keep your magic all in check, and everything managed to stay in one piece.
They're
Okay.
real boys now.
Oh wait, mechanical servants is non-magical construct. Never mind.
The other two are magical, though, right? If
I think so. I will double check and get back to you on that.
Either way, you rolled well above the save, so you made it pretty well.
So I'm gonna walk over to Annabelle, just because I'd rather not try this on Raven right now, and just see if I can touch her arm.
No, you cannot. It goes straight through as if she was a ghost.
Well, that could complicate things.
Looks down and is a bit surprised. Okay. Raven, please, she's trying to comfort her. Where are we? What's going on?
At this point, Mythos is finally starting to recover. We're outside the wall. Completely.
Outside the wall. Why is it so bright?
Upon asking that question, if you do look up, you see 7 suns.
Wait, what?
7? Jesus fucking Christ. How are we not
Hold
on fire?
on. We're the 8th sun.
They are very far away. You're not on fire, but it is warm out here.
I mean, to be fair, if you have 8 suns, the habitable zone is probably a fair bit further.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like,
Yeah, like past the distance of
That's a lot of
freaking
suns.
Pluto.
maybe they're like equestrian suns, so they're actually pretty tiny.
I
Well,
won't say anything.
knowing Brox, I'm sure each of them's the size
Wait.
a few gallons.
Wait, Brox just said I'm not saying anything. Oh boy.
The science inside of me is like,
Outside the walls, what? She looks down. What happened? What? How was this possible?
Well, I think you just answered that outside the walls. Apparently, that has an effect.
Yes, outside of the walls, the spells tend to run out of control.
the moment the door just to the outside opened, uh, both of our magics pointing to like, well, I guess the three of us, we ended up unintentionally teleporting a bit further out, then to split apart.
Split. And she looks over at Raven. Split apart, but that doesn't make any sense. We're two different people.
OC. Annabelle and Raven are slowly colliding back together. Against each of your wills. It is, you guys are floating back together. It would seem that you're about to form a single person again.
Annabelle looks very concerned and very, very confused. And that was, I don't remember what Annabelle's persuasion bonus is. That's why I said I think. And that was, suffice to say, she did not successfully calm down Raven.
Did you ever post her character sheet in finished characters by chance?
I
Yes, you
believe
did.
I did. Yes.
Okay.
And she's looking at Raven as they begin fusing, and she looks at the group with like kind of like a what as they merge back together, and I assume Raven takes back control.
You haven't merged yet. It's really slow. But
Oh.
it's not something you're controlling, so there's still time to
Okay, so
RP.
I rolled a 26 total to calm Raven down. It's not an nat 20. I rolled a 19, but I got a high bonus.
Oh, okay. You only rolled a 19. All right.
Only.
Only 19.
Raven will basically come. She'll shield her eyes, and as you speak to her, she finally stops being so manic. And at this point, she's essentially kind of it's like it's sort of a fetus position, but still standing.
And
But she's
oh, sorry for interrupting you.
she's now just loudly sobbing versus actively panicking.
And this is when Mythos is going to say, once Raven's finally calmed down a bit, I suppose this is probably the only chance I get to ask, even though it might sound a bit out of place at the moment. Annabelle,
Yes.
earlier, while we were still inside the walls, Miss Raven said that you were only a facade. That you shouldn't exist.
She looks at Ethereal, or not Ethereal. Dang it! Mythos a little confused.
Yes.
Why would she say that?
That's what I don't know.
I
was
think you'd
hoping-
have to tell us, or she would, but she doesn't seem inclined.
I honestly don't know why she would say that. We're sisters.
At this point, there are two
Can
sisters.
I make another insight check?
Yeah, you can. At this point, the two sisters' hands have their ghostly hands have touched, and it seems to be forming a single corporeal hand, a real hand.
Poke.
17.
17. You know, you can sense that Annabelle is telling her entire truth. There isn't deception behind her word.
She's authentically confused, and at this point, very, very worried.
And that's when Mythos is going to pipe up. It seems you two are starting to, well, merge, for lack of a better
recombine.
term.
I
If
don't understand.
let
Welcome
me
to the
interject
club.
for a moment, please.
Yeah?
If possible, maybe whenever you two have finished combining, again, for lack of a better term, I would like to understand this dynamic between you two. If possible, if I could talk to you both at the same time.
I don't know if that's possible or not. She looks over at Raven, who is now looking up at her. Raven, you, you told me we were sisters. What are we? Raven looks up at her, and with a look of fury in her face, we were a mistake. You are a mistake.
At this point, it seems to be a single body with two heads. The merging is almost complete.
And that's when Mythos is going to say one last thing, and he's going to say, I refuse to believe that. I see. And he's going to say, I see one friend, and potentially another.
Raven turns towards him. Maybe if you knew the truth, your opinions would be very different. But
Let's
what,
see,
He's
high or
he's
low?
going to shake his head.
and what is the truth, Raven? High. No. I want to go low.
Low. Okay.
I'm just going to assume that Raven said one and Annabelle said the other.
Okay, you merge completely before any sentence can be formed, and Annabelle is the one left standing.
I don't have her character sheet. Can it be Raven?
It's Annabelle, you called low.
Okay, fair enough.
uh,
Well, in that case, as Raven vanishes, Annabelle will stand there looking rather confused and just sort of staring wide-eyed towards Mythos.
He's just not going. He's not going to say anything. He's just kind of like extend his arms out for a hug.
He's
Annabelle,
you.
this being your first time, like, being full-bodied, feeling this, you feel a super intense magic in the air.
oh
Thick,
no.
heavy,
no, no.
hard-to-breathe magic. I need another
No.
save.
She sort of staggers and she'll drop to a knee, and she'll sort of hold out her hand, kind of like a give me some space towards Mythos.
Well, he just held out his arms for a hug. Like if you want.
I just need a few moments. There's a lot to absorb. She looked at us. Is everybody all right?
Make a save.
Well, we're outside the walls of the city. Otherwise, yes. Also,
What-
OC, do you want me to download the character sheet that it's in finished characters and just like read off stats?
It's
Well, no,
not
no,
the
that's-
right one.
yeah, that's the 5th level version.
I mean,
No,
well,
no, I know that. But, like, we can.
the
that's better
bonuses
than, like, I don't know,
the bonuses should be the same, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's. I'm aware it's there. I just haven't downloaded it and used it because it's an older version.
But like the skills
Right.
should be the same, right?
Either way,
Hey,
I rolled
Yeah, not
terrible.
really much changes from 5 to 6. So
Annabelle, do you remember off the top of your head about 2 or 3 of your spells?
I have the character sheet. Let me
You
open
have
it.
Misty Step again.
some of her spells. I don't think much change about her spells. So,
Clint,
but she has.
name off 2 level 1s and 1 level 2 spell.
Cure wounds and ceremony, and 2 level 2s or 1 level 2.
1 level 2 and 2 level 1s.
Okay, those were the level 1s, and level 2 is augury.
Augury goes off at nothing in particular.
Well, what's the response? Weal or woe? Or
Very much low.
okay.
Yeah, sounds about right.
So, is existing currently a good idea or a bad idea?
Whoa.
Okay.
Bad.
Well then, in that case,
I will.
Annabelle will blink a couple of times and then she'll kind of look up. Well, it appears being alive at the moment is a bad idea. Give me a moment to it appears that an augury just occurred without any specific a question attached to it, and the answer was whoa.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Ethereal's just like, yep, been there, done that. That's the outside world for you.
I mean, that's
Stumble.
my recollection of it.
I mean,
She stumbles to her feet.
if it helps at all, I've survived 100 years out here before the mega city.
Well, let's see if we can make it 101.
I hope we're not out here that long.
Oh, yes.
As you all recall, you were only given a vague direction you should be heading, but no warning as to what is in that direction or what is where. So you really have limited bearings as to where you need to be heading. But somebody has more.
Yeah, I was about to ask, is this the time where I pipe up?
I mean, that may depend on you, but
Okay, well, I know a safe place we can head for a while, and get some help.
you think they can help us navigate?
Yes, I believe so.
I'm sold then.
Is it a good place to perhaps catch our breath and get our bearings?
1 second. I need to ask questions. Questions that the party need not be concerned about.
Ah, boy.
Simple questions, nothing big.
Wheel or woe?
Whoa.
Whoa, so much whoa! Oh my goodness,
Much.
this is the most whoa you've ever woed.
Whoa, whoa, all the way down.
Yes. You think you've felt woe before? Oh,
Okay.
buddy.
Alright,
Dude.
well,
Whoa.
so, when I first arrived at this planet, there was somebody who took me in and basically showed me around the world. Or showed how to navigate around the world with everything going on.
How to not instantly die.
How to not die, yes.
Seems useful.
Does anybody have a thing against dragons?
At that point, Mythos' eyes just widen.
I mean,
Funny.
I wouldn't be one to talk even if I did. So
Funny, I thought. Hey, you heard that, right? I thought he said dragons. So who's the person that decided to help you out?
Did you just assume my gender?
yes, that's the thing we should be focusing on right now.
Ethereal's a lady, if you didn't recall.
I meant to say she, but
But it came out E.
yeah.
We'll just sweep that other part of the conversation under the rug for now.
Yes.
All right, broom. All right, flying broom. You know what to do. Sweep that under the rug.
It swept under the rug. It never happened.
But yes, I did say a dragon. Her name is Tamatha? Is that how I pronounce it? Tamatha? I don't know where to put the syllabic stress on.
Sorry.
I can't even... Drinking was a bad idea, okay?
Oh no.
Don't drink, kids.
Oh, new head
Emphasize
cannon.
that wrong, so what?
So new head cannon. Ethereal's just quadrupedals. Why?
Oh no.
No.
Hang on, I think Ethereal's been incapacitated a lot less than Zwei has though.
You said
For now.
Give it time. Okay.
this dragon.
Yes.
Are they? What is their disposition like? Are they inclined to kill and eat us?
Well, they clearly helped before. The question is if
Yeah.
anything's changed now, right?
Yeah, Ethereal just looks at herself. I mean, if she was inclined to eat us, I think I wouldn't be standing here.
Although it's been several hundred years.
It's
No.
been-
You centuries.
It's been 100 years since I've been outside, so who even knows if she's still alive? She could be dead, and we're just heading to a rather safe location.
Well,
I'd take that.
if she was a
Unless, of
dragon,
course, the thing that killed her lives there now, but we don't really have any better ideas now, do we?
Then we will
Well-
murder it and eat its corpse.
Well-
I appreciate your optimism.
I would, for one, would assume the dragons would still be alive. If the legends are anything to go by. I assume to normal people, dragons are still legends.
To normal people, dragons are like that plushie you get that never at the store, but it's not real.
So
like
it's-
fantasy.
It's like how we see dragons. Got it.
Yeah. So yeah, her response is like, well, if what you're saying is true and dragons are real and legends are anything to go by, I would assume she's still alive.
And
I really, yes. Let's move.
yes.
There's a lot to think about and to.
Oh, don't worry. Things gets worse. Ethereal says cheerily as she trots off in the direction of the dragon, which is east.
Well then.
Whoa, indeed.
Woe is me, and
Woe is us.
by me I mean the party.
Annabelle
You
will
say
stumble.
whoa, indeed.
Annabelle will stumble after Ethereal.
I appreciate this.
It's,
I'm assuming you all follow Ethereal quite closely.
Yep.
Brownie point. You get one. Perfect. I love it.
What do you mean dragons do? That makes no sense. Hi, I'm a box.
He doesn't even say anything at this point. He's just like glaring from the background of the shot at this point. Really? Really?
Add a brownie point somewhere.
I did. I have 3 of them in my inventory now.
You know what? I've got it. 10 brownie points equals inspiration.
Oh, cool. Here we go. We have the
Marvelous.
exchange rate now.
OC will never get one.
What is negative
Worth it.
inspiration like?
I'll figure that out later.
That's an automatic
Because
fail death
OC's,
save.
'cause OC's pretty close.
It's an automatic fail death save.
oh no.
Anyway, all of you
No.
follow Ethereal. Ethereal, you've been trudging on for the better part of a few hours, and I'm gonna need a survival check. Because it's been a long time. You're not entirely sure? You're mostly sure of where it is.
Can I get survival checks from my companions too?
You made them after the fact, so no.
I tried.
I will give advantage since you're kind of sure. I'm also now going to need a deception to fool the party into thinking you know where you're going.
Oh boy.
Let me pull out the player corrector.
What?
Okay, so that is a 15 for survival and a 20 non-natural for deception.